Nice to meet you guys. Nice to have you here. Nice to be here. I want to say something. This is my first time performing in English. So be easy with me. Be easy. Take it easy.
You're doing well.
Thank you. Okay, so first of all, today we're going to talk about credit score in Israel. Okay? I know that abroad, in the United States, in England, in other countries, credit score is very, very, very important and very, very crucial to your financial planning. In Israel, it's less so. But I think it's only in the meantime. It will be harder and harder as time goes by. And today we're going to talk about it a little bit. So let's talk about me a little bit. Who am I and why you should listen to me. I'm 29 years old. I'm from Ramat Gan, and I'm happily married to Dana. I'm certified financial planner, CFP. Probably most of you know it like that. I'm a board member and head of the committee of the continual studies in the FPAI, in the Financial Planning Institute in Israel. And I'm a CEO and founder of Future Financial Planning. We manage 204 million shekels in assets under management. Now, I want to show you a little video to explain about credit score as easily as it can. Now, before I start, we have 35 minutes together today, and we have 1 or 10 minutes for questions, okay? So if you have questions, please write them down, and I'll answer them as best as I can in the end. So let's talk about credit score in Israel. Let's talk about the purpose. In Israel, until 2019, when you go to the bank or to the credit companies and you wanted to get a credit or a loan or a mortgage, they will judge you as you are. The color of your skin, how you speak, how you dress, what's your history in the same bank, and that's how they will give you credit. That's the terms they will decide for you, okay? And Bank of Israel understood it's wrong, so it started the credit score in Israel long time ago, as my friend talked to me before, and it was especially to increase the competition in Israel, because banks kept their information tight and didn't share it with nobody. And up until a couple of years, credit companies and banks was one. They didn't have competitors. So now it's beginning to start building good, but the credit score helped it. Second thing is to reduce discrimination. Because if the banker has all the authority to decide what terms of credit do you get, he can do whatever you want. And if he doesn't like you, you won't get good credit. Okay? It helps individuals understand their rights. Because until now, credit was mystery. You go to the bank, you can talk to the banker, I want a loan for 50,000 shekels. Okay, you have prime plus 5, okay, like 9% interest rate in 1 year. Why? That's the case. You complain a little bit and go to the manager and you get prime plus 2. Why? Because you know how to complain. That's how it was until a couple of years ago. And it's a very good tool for negotiations. One guy just talked to me a couple of minutes ago and told me I have a very high score. And it's good to know you have a good score, but the best thing to do is to also tell it to your banker or to your credit card company. Because if they will know you have a good score, because they don't check it, it's still a problem today, they don't check it very good. But if you tell them, if you show them you know and you understand you have a good credit, they will give you good terms. Okay? How does this affect us? It affects the ability to receive credits and loans, okay? The interest rates and the terms of our credits and loans that we get from the banks and credit cards companies. Now, the system is built so people can understand why they're given a certain terms, okay? If I have good credit card, good bank account, and I want to get a new one, the next bank don't know me, doesn't know nothing about me, doesn't have any information about me. So if he checks my credit score, he can see what I'm doing in other banks and other credit card companies. Let's talk about the difference between Israel and the United States and other countries abroad, because I understand there are people from other countries. Who is from other countries separate from the United States? Oh, nice, nice, nice. So I'm taking the United States as an example because in the United States, credit score is very, 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 very crucial to your handling of finance day to day. It's taken seriously by the public. Let's say you go on a date and it's good. On the fourth date, your spouse asks you what's your credit score. Because it's important. If you have a bad credit score, it can affect the life you will get together. In Israel, no one talks about it. No one knows about it. If you ask a person on the streets, what's your credit score? You will laugh. You don't know what is it. Another thing, in the United States, when you go to an interview, to a job interview, your employer asks you if you're fit to the job, what's your credit score? Let me check if you'll be a problematic employee. In Israel, no one cares, okay? And the difference, the second difference is by the different credit card companies, okay? When you go to the bank, they don't check your exact score. They don't check if you are 850 or if you are 400 or 500. They check specifically if you have problems or if you don't have problems. If you have problems like executions or delay of payments or things like that, of course you won't get good credit. But if you don't have problems but your score isn't 900, everything is good. Okay? Where does the information come from? The credit data system receives the information from a couple of sources. It gets it from the official receiver, from the bureaus of execution, from the Bank of Israel, from the courts, from banking corporation and credit companies, okay? Every corporation that have a connection to money with you, if it's payments or if it's loans or if it's credit or anything else.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Can you please go back to the other one?
Yeah.
Can you define what the official receiver is and what bureaus of execution?
I explained. The official receiver is a...
Said it in Hebrew and then we might know what it is.
אוקיי. The official receiver is לשכת האשראי, מי שאחראי לקבל את כל נתוני האשראי מכל החברות. אוקיי?
And Visa or
It's
MasterCard?
basically, it's like Experian, Bank of Israel created Experian.
Oh.
Credit bureau.
Exactly.
Oh,
Credit repository.
uh-huh.
Yeah. The bureaus of execution is הוצאה לפועל. Okay? Like if you have a problem with debt, and let's say I lend you 10,000 shekels, and you didn't give me back my money, I can go to the Bureau of Execution and they will force you to give me the money, okay?
Sheriff's office.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other things not understood?
I think so.
Yeah? Okay, very good. What type of information do they obtain? They check the debt and credit payment history, okay? If you had delays or if you have any loans you didn't give to or checks that came through. Credit data, all your obligations. They check your loans, they check your credit limit, they check your bank accounts, they check your credit cards. They check your bank account and credit limit. Okay, in Israel, in comparison to other countries, we have a credit limit in your bank account. You can go into overdraft. Let's say you have zero money in your bank account and you can still spend. Even in the United States, it's not possible. You can only do it with credit cards. In Israel, you can overspend. Not that it's a good thing, but it happens in Israel. So in Israel, you also have a limit in your bank account. Let's say you can go to overdraft of 20,000 shekels. Okay? All this information that is obtained, okay, is reported to the bureau. They collect it. Okay? Most of the time there are mistakes. They collect it, they check the mistakes. If you have any problem with the mistakes, and we'll talk about it later, you can talk to them and they will fix it. And all this information is collected and become a report on every person. Let's talk about what can downgrade your credit score in Israel. First of all, delay in payments. This is the most crucial part. If you have any delay in payments, even if you miss something, even if your bank account missed something, even if you have a problem with understanding something, they don't care. Any delay can downgrade and affect your credit score for 3 years from now, okay? So you should be very careful about it. In Israel, as I said, you have credit limit in your bank account and in your credit card. So just be sure not to overspend over 70% of your credit card limit, okay? It's, yeah.
You're specifically talking about delayed in credit card payments?
It doesn't matter. It can be checks, it can be credit cards, it can be loans.
How about Bitok Leumi?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Any payment you need to do that you're not have the right to delay. Okay? If you pay Bitok Leumi and they let you delay and pay interest for it, it's okay. But if you have like a notification that you have to pay till this date and you didn't do it, they report it to the bureau. Okay? If you have multiple loans, if you have multiple credit cards or multiple bank accounts, more than 2 bank accounts, more than 4 credit cards, and more than 3 loans, it will affect your credit score. Okay? It will downgrade it. Yes?
These are strictly Israeli credit cards versus like foreign credit cards?
No, they don't check foreign credit cards. Only Israelis one. Okay? If you have new account with not enough seniority, now that's probably the case with most of you, because you just did Aliyah and opened new bank accounts and they don't have seniority. So when you start a new bank account with no seniority, the seniority is counted for 4 years. Okay? First 4 years, it will downgrade a little bit your credit score. And mistakes, and this is crucial. Okay? It's really crucial. A lot of things in Israel right now about credit score doesn't work well, like in the United States, like in England. There are a lot of mistakes. Okay? Let's say you have a loan in bank X, you landed 30,000 shekels, they can report you landed 300,000. Just an error of mistake, okay? They can just file, you have a delay when you didn't have nothing. So I urge you to check once a year your data, the full report, and see if there is any, one second, if you have any problem. Yes?
So multiple bank accounts as well is not a good...
Yeah, more than 2 bank accounts, downgrade. Yes.
Could you explain again the second thing? Over 70%?
70%. Let's say you have 10,000 shekels credit limit in your credit card. And you buy things and it's more than 7,000 shekels, okay? It will downgrade.
So it's better to have your limit be higher?
Yeah, I will talk about it in a second. How to keep your credit higher. In Israel, it's very, very, very good to have as much credit as you can. Okay, then banks and credit companies will look at you better. But you need to do it with caution. Okay.
Question?
Yes.
Regarding the new accounts with not enough seniority, what are you supposed to do if you need to open an account?
Nothing. That's the thing they check. If you have low seniority, it will affect a little bit your credit score. Not badly, but it will.
Is it better to link it to an existing account?
If you have, yes. If your main account is more than 4 years, yes, use it. Okay.
How do
Yes.
you check your credits? How do you check?
We'll get to it soon. Yes.
If you've got your own bank account,
Yeah.
and I'm talking about you're in a business bank account or in other bank accounts, is that also called?
It will affect you. It will affect you. In Israel, if you are a freelancer or you have a business, it will affect your credit score. Yeah, it means you are in a risk. In risk.
It affects you negatively.
Yeah, it will affect you negatively. There are things we can control, and there are things we can't control. That's the thing. Okay, but as I said in the beginning, credit score in Israel is still not yet implemented well. Okay, so don't overtake it. Yeah. let's talk about tips for high credit score. So first and foremost, good and responsible financial conduct. Be the person you want to lend money to, okay? This is the best tip I can give you. Don't take out loans you can afford. Don't get into overdrafts, okay? This is Israeli sickness, really. Most of the people in Israel are in overdrafts, and it's not healthy, and it doesn't do them well, and it costs a lot of money. So be better, okay? Pay your monthly obligation on time. Everything you have to pay it on time, because it will affect you very, very good in the future. As I said before, take out as much credit as you can, okay? As much credit on your credit cards, as much credit on your bank, even if you don't use it. Just take it. Why? Because your obligo will be bigger and they will give you more credit in return, okay? Maintain positive information over time. Be the perfect client, okay? Good information take long time to sustain, to maintain. So if you want to upgrade your credit score fast, it doesn't work. You need to keep it up every month, pay your obligation on time, be good, and it will come up. Negative data, one second, have much more significant impact. If you have one mistake, even if you didn't check it and you didn't see it, okay, let's say you have your bank account and one of your charges was higher than what you had in your bank, and you didn't have a credit limit in your bank account because you didn't know you need it because you are American or something like that. They will report you to the bureau and it will affect your credit score, okay? For nothing, for 300 shekels supercharge on your credit. Yes?
When you said take out as much credit as possible, that just seems dangerous to me.
I understand, but that's how the game works here in Israel.
So if you generally, like what percentage of your credit card, if you know your credit card spending is say 4,000 shekel a month, what limit would you recommend having on that credit card?
100,000 if you can. I tell you why. Because if you know how to handle your money and you know how to use it, if you have 100,000, it won't make you spend more. You just have it. And I tell you the most problematic thing in Israel. There was a study and they checked how many people in Israel can withstand 8,000 shekels surprise expense. How much you think said yes? 20%. Okay? Why? Because they use all the credit card limit. They have overdraft in their bank accounts and they don't have savings. So if you have the option to get it higher, you have the option. It doesn't cost you money. It's free of charge. It can last a lot of time and you don't know when you will need it. Okay? Yes?
So I'm from the US, and typically in the US, not all loans, but many of them are not reported as like late payments if you're within 30 days of the due date. Is it immediate?
Here in Israel, they have 1 month, but they don't. As I said, it's really not. It's not very. How can I say it? It's not very good like in United States. They do whatever they want. Okay. So
the law is only a 30-day late. They're supposed to report.
Yeah, I know.
It's not a 30-day, and they report it in many cases.
I know they report it. I'm saying they report it, but then you need to check your credit to see if there is mistakes. And as I said earlier, there are a lot of mistakes. A lot of customers come to me, I check the credit report, and I see mistakes, okay? And we will try to fix it, and most of the time they say, oh, it's a mistake, let's fix it. And that's how it is, yeah.
Who is they?
The banks, the credit card companies.
You're going to BDI?
No, the official bureau. The official bureau.
You're going to the bank?
Yeah. The BDI or BND cannot fix it. They tell you this is the mail of the bureau, talk to them. Yes?
I have two questions. One, can you check your credit score in Israel?
Yeah, I will get to it in a second, okay?
And also just opening up a second credit card even if you spend very little?
It's good. It's good. It's good. I will get to all the questions. As I said, let's keep it formal. And when we go to the question, I will answer everything. I'm going step by step to tell you everything and you need to know. So let's talk about how to preserve a high credit score. Take advantage of your bank and credit accounts. Use your credit card wisely, okay? As you use cash, as I said, you can take as much credit limit as you can, but be wise about how you spend it, how you use it. Make sure you don't overuse your credit limit. Don't use more than 2 bank accounts and use non-bank credit cards. And I'll explain a little bit about this. In Israel, as I said a couple years ago, the banks and credit card companies was one, okay? By law, a couple years ago, they was separated. And now you can go to your bank to issue a bank credit card. Or you can issue a non-bank credit card. I really recommend non-credit cards, non-bank credit cards. Why? Because even if you want to close your bank, you can move the credit to another bank, and it's no problem. You don't need to cancel it. You don't need to change it.
Is it reported any differently?
No, but it's much easier because when you want to go to the bank and want to negotiate, they see you have all your cards in your bank, and they say, okay, what, we will cancel it and move it to another. They have more negotiation power over you. Yes?
Are you going to be touching on joint bank accounts as well? Does that
I will talk about it a little bit.
I'm not asking the question, I'm saying
Yeah, I will talk about it a little bit, okay?
I just don't understand what a non-bank credit card is.
As I said, in Israel, there are banks and credit card companies.
I don't know how to identify that.
Like the dream card.
Let's say,
No, it's
Oh,
required.
yeah? Okay, they're giving that.
yeah, let's say Max, okay? You can get Max credit card from your bank or through Max, okay? So I recommend doing it through Max and not through your bank. Yes?
Other than transferring to another bank, is there any advantage of using one bank?
More credit limit, more advantages, a lot of things, okay? Yes?
Please save the questions to the end.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So how do you get your credit card report? Okay, let's talk about it. Every citizen in Israel have a right to a free credit report once a year, like in the United States. You can get it in 3 different options. One, through the official website, the credit data system, not recommended. It's in gibberish and you won't understand nothing, okay? The second option is using BDI. There are 2 main issuers in Israel that take the data from the bureau and analyze it and give you something simple to read, okay? One is BDI and the second one is BND, Dun and Bradstreet. BDI give you a more complicated report. I don't like it very much, okay? It's more used by the banks and credit card companies. The other one is the best option, I think, is using an app such as Captain Credit, okay? It's an app, you can download it from the App Store. It's very easy, it's very compatible. The only problem, it's in Hebrew. They didn't do it in English yet. Let's talk about the app a little bit, so you can really check your credit score after the session. Dun & Bradstreet created, it's a credit bureau partner. It's an official app from the credit bureau, okay? You can download this app and it will help you understand your credit score. First of all, it will give you the number. You have 850, you have 900, you have 700, you have 600, okay? It will tell you if it's good, if it's bad. It will tell you the changing of your credit score over time. It will tell you the problems you have right now in your credit score. You have too much bank accounts, you have too much loans, you have too much credit limit usage, okay? It will tell you the problems so you can fix them. And it will give you tips for upgrading your credit score. So it's the best form of understanding your credit score in Israel. Let's talk about your rights, okay? You have a right to receive a personal report at no cost once a year. You can get it from the official bureau, you can get it from BDI, or you can get it from BND. Only once per year from each of them. If you want to get another report, it will cost you somewhere between 40 and 60 shekels. Okay? You have a right, 1 second, please keep the question to the end. You have the right to not be included in the database. And this is a big no-no. A lot of people in Israel get calls from some shady companies telling them, we will fix your credit score, we will make it better, we will help you, etc. And they charge a lot of money for it. And what they do, they just erase all the information from the database. And what does it mean? That when you go to the bank or your credit card companies, they want to deal with you. They don't know you, they don't know any information about you, and it only make it worse. Okay, so it's a big no-no. Another option is to correct the existing information. It is a big yes. As I said, because the credit system in Israel, it's so-so, you want to check if there are mistakes. Okay, even if you act perfectly, you can open the report and see things is not right. Okay, and you can fix them. Who is exposed to this information? The data is personal. The customer approval is necessary to show and view the information. If you go to your bank, they will ask you for permission to check your credit score. If you go to a credit card company, they will check it as well. They don't have approval to check it if you don't give them. Okay? In case of non-compliance with obligation, delay payments, or anything like that, the customer approval is not required. Okay? They can send bad information, no problem. Questions? Yes.
So you know, there's 12 minutes left. Just so
very good. Enough time for questions. Yes.
Like in America, even if you check your credit score more than once, it reduces your credit score.
Really?
No,
if other inquiries, yeah, not. Yeah, 1 second. Let's finish with questions and one. Okay, 1 second. You can check whatever you want, but if other people check about you, let's say you want to get a loan, okay? You go to your bank account and you want to take a loan. They will check your credit score. This can downgrade. If there are a lot of asks for a loan, it can downgrade your credit score.
I want to ask you about Captain Credit. So
yes.
Captain Credit, is that considered, you can ask them for your, or it's just BDI and DNB?
No, it's DNB. It's an official app from DNB.
So Captain Credit just has the information and monitors it for
yeah.
you?
Yeah. It's not the bureau itself.
Like it's like Credit Karma.
It's like Credit Karma owned by Experian.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yes.
At the beginning of Corona, I got into financial difficulties.
Okay.
How does that affect me now, 2 or 3 years on? Does it stay with me for life?
No, 3 years. The information stays for 3 years, and then it's deleted.
Isn't there some information that stays 7 years?
Yes, but they cannot check it.
They can't check what? That says it on it.
Yes, but when you are a bank or a credit companies, you get the information for 3 years. You can check the 7 years, but you need a special approval from the customer. Yes.
How does in the States you can freeze your credit if you're not using it to prevent identity theft with loans and that sort of thing? Like, do you do that in Israel if you're not taking loans anytime soon?
Not that I know. Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what you were talking about. It's the same thing when you do that in the States. You don't, after a certain time, you can't get credit. It's exactly what he was talking about in terms of deleting the data, right? You can't, everybody did that in 2015 after the breach with Equifax. After a while, they had a problem getting credit.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he was talking about.
Right, because no credit is bad credit.
Yeah, no credit is bad credit.
We're not going to take the risk if they can't show.
Right. It's the same with the world of insurance, car insurance. Someone has no claims record, it's hard to get a lower premium. Someone who's had one crash.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yes. You? Yes.
Does your payments for rent or electricity or internet, does that help to improve your credit score?
Yes, because in Israel you pay by checks to a landlord. So if you have a delay in check or check that is not handled well, so it will downgrade your credit. And I'm saying if the checks go well, checks they are monitored, and every check that goes well is reported to the bureau. Okay. Yes.
So if Bitok puts in a lien on the account, what happens there? We have to wait 3 years?
Yeah.
There's nothing we can fix with that. We just have to deal with it.
Problem with ביטוח לאומי is never good.
No.
Never good.
Another quick question.
Yeah.
The מסגרת,
Yeah.
the overdraft limit on the bank account, I thought it was going to stay a certain amount, but now they're saying, well, if you're not going to use all of it,
We'll
we're
downgrade
going to
it.
make it lower.
Yeah.
And then the next, so.
That's what I said. Credit in Israel is a little problematic. So credit card limit is better than credit limit in your bank account. Okay? Because let's say in the United States you only have credit limit in your credit card, not in your bank account, and you can do like some charging and not everything.
So what should we tell the bank? Just tell them, you know what, leave it at 10,000.
Leave it. If you can argue and leave it as that, it's better. Yes.
What are the numbers of the credit scores and what are they?
0 to 1,000.
1,000.
Yeah.
And the higher the better.
The higher the better.
The higher the better.
850 and above is perfect. Yes.
Two questions.
Yeah.
One is, can you recommend the non-bank credit cards? Can you recommend certain ones?
I really like Max.
Me too.
Why?
I worked there. I worked there in the past, right? Not now. I worked there, and I think they are leading the scene. Yeah, they have amazing customer service. There are a lot of innovations. Let's say you have a credit card in Israel, you can save Bitcoin. You use cash, and they give you Bitcoin in back. No, but that's innovation.
No, it may depend when you shop as well.
Yeah.
For example, if you shop in the US,
Let me give you a tip, okay, about credit cards. There are one credit card that Max have that called כזה אני רוצה. I need it, okay? It's a free credit card for life. It has lower not amalot, change rate from shekel to other exchange rate for other currencies. In Israel, like 3% is the average. They have 1%, okay? And there are a lot of advantages in the card. So it's free, it's good. I need it.
Do you have to be
I need it.
Do you have to be a Louis customer?
No, as I said, this is a non-bank credit card.
So I can go to
You can go whatever you
and
want.
say, I want that.
Yeah, I need it. Yeah. Yes.
Wait, I'm sorry. I have
Yeah.
another question.
Yes, sorry.
It's okay.
Blows my mind.
The other question I had was, as you said multiple times, credit score is not used so much and well right now.
Now.
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
So my question for you is, where do you see it in the future? How do you
Like
see
in the United States.
Why and when do you
I think it will take time. There are saying in Israel, when the United States raining, here it's cloudy. So it takes time for things to happen here, okay? Let's say 5, 6, 8 years, I think it will be exactly like the United States. Yes?
Are you saying in terms of the Misgarret for a credit card?
Yeah.
Misgarret for overdraft?
Yeah.
You're saying they're weighted the same way?
No. Differently.
So can you elaborate on that?
Yeah. The credit limit in your credit card, it's good, okay? But it won't give you the options to get into debt on your bank account, okay? Because
in terms of reporting on the effect on your score,
Like what's
is
the
your
highest
overdraft, the amount of utilization you have on your overdraft, is that treated the same?
no,
way?
it's higher in your bank account.
They're looking, it has more of effect.
More of effect in your bank account than your credit card.
Than the credit card.
Yeah. Because, as I said, in your bank account, if you go into overdraft, it's much more seriously than if you use your credit card.
70% you mentioned is only by credit cards or both?
No,
by
it's most of them. Let's say in credit cards you can go over to 85%, but I want to go to the pessimistic option.
Overdraft.
Yeah,
And
as
overdraft.
70%. Yes,
How does a Miועad establish credit in Israel?
very good. So first of all, open a bank account, open a credit card, okay?
How do you get approved for a credit card if...
As I said, today they don't give, I don't want to curse, but they don't give anything about it, okay? You can go to your bank and just show your information from abroad, show your bank account history, and they will give you whatever you want. Yes?
So if you're getting married, it's
better to create a joint account out of one of your accounts as opposed to opening a new account because it'll have credit?
Yes, it will have record, and I want to say something about that. Also in Israel, as I said, it's not that harsh, but if you're going to marry someone or you're going to date someone, even if you just live together and you pay your expenses together, if they have a problem in your credit score, it will affect you also, even if you're not married. Okay?
Will give the lowest between the two?
No, but it will affect a little bit the other one.
Do the number
Okay?
of credit cards affect as well? You said 2 credit cards.
Yeah.
Does that count?
No. If you are, it's every person have a option for 3 credit cards, 2 bank accounts. 2 bank accounts. Yes.
Were there any special, like you're talking about the States, in the States because of COVID, or any non-recurring events, they will negate anything that happened.
They did here also. The banks stop mortgage payments and things like that.
That's another issue.
Yeah.
In terms of somebody has a late payment during COVID.
The banks didn't report. Not the bureau, the banks. The banks and the credit card companies didn't report. Yeah, they take their time to handle it because they understand the situation. Yes. 3 minutes.
If you fix mistakes, how do you fix the mistakes?
Very good. First of all, you need to understand what the mistakes are. Okay? So you can check the report by yourself and see if something is wrong. Let's say you have a credit limit in your bank account of 5,000 and it says you have 20,000. Or if you have any problems in your bank account, probably you them. So in the end of the credit report, there is mail that you can send the mistakes you seen and ask them to fix it. Yes.
2 questions. One is there a particular credit card like that for business might be like the best credit card you could get?
Business, as you say, freelancer or LTD? חברה בע"מ. In חברה בע"מ it's more problem. It's more problematic. No non-bank credit card will help you. You need a bank account and a credit from your bank.
Okay, and the next question was, like, my bank was perfectly happy to give me a minus that I didn't need for my business if I wanted to pay them 500 shekels a month. That's what it was going to cost me to have that, and she said, don't do it. That's ridiculous.
Right? So you don't need it. Yeah. And I wanted to give a small example. LTDs in Israel are really problematic with credit scores, so banks are really strict with them. Very expensive fees and very expensive credit, and everything is hard.
Because as Americans, it's much better for us, because otherwise we have to pay social security.
I know. Yes.
When you say like 70% of your credit limit and stuff, is that per card or per the aggregate of your credit limit?
Per card in a comparison on a year. Okay, let's say 1 month you did 70%, it's okay. But if it will be the average of your year, it will be a problem. Yes.
If we want to get renters for our property, we can ask them for their credit.
Yes, and better thing is to do WeCheck. It's a WeCheck. Yes, it's a company in Israel that help you check your renters.
Also, Dun & Bradstreet has a service.
Yeah, but this one is better. It's really on housings. Okay, so they have like the database from other people who say this is a bad one and this is a good one. Yes.
What about amalot for
fees? For what?
For the credit cards.
I just give you a max card with no fees forever. I need it. Right? It's good. Yes.
For freelancers.
Yeah.
What do you suggest?
This is a normal bank account.
Okay, credit card.
Same max. I need it.
I've got 3 or 4 credit cards, and I cancel a bank credit card to get
Yeah.
Does that affect the credit
No.
score? So I can change, but I can't have more.
Yeah.
So it's only open accounts.
Yes.
Open accounts.
Yeah, only bank accounts really affect the credit. Yes.
So one last question.
One last question. Yes.
So just to be clear, you're suggesting we open 2 or 3 credit cards for whatever the time period and charge, even if we buy a package on at the store, we just charge a little bit on it so we have a very low credit.
Yeah. That's perfect.
No negative to having never using it much.
No.
Okay,
very good.
So firstly, thank you very much, Ariel.
Thank you.
I'm sure that this was an eye-opener for a lot of people because it's something which is a developing area in Israel, which definitely when I made Aliyah last millennia, It was basically knowing someone in the bank and straight away getting a credit card and just, oh, I know you, so here you go, what limit do you want? Things have definitely changed, so I'm sure it will develop more, but thank you for a very informative talk.
Thank you.
Just so you know, the next